What's going on, you guys? Dark Saint here, bringing you guys another video talking to you guys about the Division. In this video we're going to be going over the weekly vendor reset for July 8th through July 15th. Feel free to use the timetable to jump ahead to what you're looking for, and let's see what we have here. Starting out at the upstairs special equipment vendor, you have the Historian with 170% headshot damage. Again, not really a big fan of the Historian, but you know, it's not a bad weapon. You also have the enhanced PP-19, the double-barreled sawed-off shotgun, and the Officer's M9A1. Of these three weapons, I did kind of like the double-barrel sawed-off shotgun. It had a high stagger chance as well as a destructive deadly combination, which is pretty nice to have for a sawed-off shotgun. It's not a very bad weapon, and I do enjoy using sawed-off shotguns over pistols, especially with the new stagger effect. Being able to quickly pull it out and stagger whatever's in front of me can come in handy in those really tight clutch moments. So that's my opinion on that. As for the armors that they had, nothing really special. They normally don't have any insanely good armors. The best armors you're going to find are probably going to be in the Dark Zone, or if you can claim them from one of the challenge modes, that's where I would pick up my armor from. However, the operator's holster is triple stat and has pretty good stats on it, so if you are interested in that, feel free to pick that up. Now, if you go downstairs into the underground, this is a new vendor that came with update 1.3. Again, you have another Historian. This one had a little bit less headshot damage, but I'm not really a big fan of the Historian anyway. As for the weapons, didn't really have anything special, so I kind of sped through it. There's really nothing at this vendor that was really worth looking at. It did have another triple stab holster, however the one upstairs was stronger. So if you are going to pick up the holster, I'd recommend picking up the one upstairs. Moving on, we'll take a look at the blueprints vendor over here in the corner. Looking at the specials blueprint vendor, I'm not sure if any of these mint blueprints change. These mints are these darker green colors, the ones that you use in game. I don't believe any of the mints change from week to week. I will keep an eye on it, and if I notice that there are any changes, I will let you guys know which ones changed and which ones are worth looking at, which ones are worth picking up. But I believe once you have them all, you have them all, so you don't have to worry about it anymore if you guys are collectors and are trying to pick them all up. We also have new weapon kits. You have your electronics, your tools, your fabric, and your weapon parts. Those do not change. Those are always there. Just be sure to pick them up for you crafters. As for the weapons, you have the Tenebrae and the Liberator. Those, I believe, stay the same. However, these two do change. You have your custom PF45 and your firearms backpack. Those two blueprints do change from week to week, and I believe that the gear mod and the weapon attachment change from week to week. This week we have the mini reflex sight and the firearms gear mod. So if you guys are looking for that, you can find those here, and I will be covering those every week as well. So not only do you have some in the Dark Zone, now you got these that are really far down at the bottom of the list of the mints. So look forward to those. Moving on, we'll now take a look at Dark Zone 02 Safe House. This is the one that sells armor pieces. This week really didn't have anything specifically special as far as the armor goes. I didn't really see anything that really needed to be bought as far as the armor she sells. As for blueprints, you have firearms gloves, electronics vest, firearms holster, and stamina gloves. I do recommend picking up the gloves or the vest depending on which build you're looking for. The new 5 Centuries Call comboed with Savage gloves is still pretty popular, and the gloves are both stamina and firearms, which goes good with the lead assault build, either one depending on which one you need. And the electronics vest is very useful with one of my new builds that requires the electronics build really to make your sticky bomb really powerful. And with the chest armor, you can actually get the ability to where all your healing abilities give you overheal, giving you the ability to put revive on or booster shot in order to increase your damage, either one. Anyway, moving on, now we'll take a look at DZ03 Safe House. This is the one that sells the weapons. I will say that the classical AK-47 is a very nice classical AK. However, it is a 182 model, and some of you guys are probably overpowered by this. That being said, for you guys that are newer to the Dark Zone and still trying to level up, I do recommend picking up that AK. It is very powerful and will help you out in many different situations. As for the other weapons, I really didn't see anything that was really worth picking up. They did have a 229 Police MK17, but it's really not anything to be really impressed about. So I wouldn't worry too much about missing out on this unless you're just simply trying to raise your gear score, which gear score isn't everything. As for the blueprints, you have the Black Market RPK-74E and the Tactical ACR. The Tactical ACR is just not at the top of the assault rifles category, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. However, the RPK-74E is a very nice LMG, and with the LMG's buffs, I will be buying this and I will be playing around with this and working with it and seeing what it can do and whether or not LMGs are at a good spot yet. And I will let you guys know whether or not they are. I do believe it is a very nice blueprint, and I did enjoy using the Peckhand, which is a similar model, and we'll see if that continues with this update. Looking at Dark Zone 04 Safe House, this is the one that sells the gear mod attachments. Again, nothing really special up top. As for the gear mods that they are selling, you have the electronics gear mod and the performance gear mod. Still no power level 33s. I thought there would be some 33s, however there are not. They are only still power level 32. But the electronics are fairly nice and worth picking up for you electronics build. Performance mods are still at a bad spot, and I don't recommend picking those up. Next, we'll take a look at Dark Zone 05 Safe House. This is the one that sells the weapon attachments. The MKS scope 15 times zoom with headshot damage and optimal range is very nice for you guys that enjoy using snipers. Critical hit chance is better than optimal range in my opinion. However, optimal range is not bad to have for a sniper. Next, you have the T2 micro red dot sight. This one did come with the critical hit chance and the headshot damage, which is good for SMGs, or if you hit fire with snipers, you can use it there as well. As for the blueprints, you have your vertical grip Wolf Gray and the extended magazines, both item level 32, both worth picking up, especially for you guys that are trying out LMGs and assault rifles. The Wolf Gray vertical grip will help you control those assault rifles, so I do recommend picking up both of those. Next, we'll take a look at Safe House 06, that's in Dark Zone 06. The only two new things that we have here is the Alpha Bridge mask and the Alpha Bridge chest armor. Alpha Bridge is the new gear set that comes with 2 armor pieces giving you an extra 2 med kits, 3 armor pieces giving you 100% health regeneration, and of course the final talent, which allows you to share the talents of your weapons. Say for example you have 2 SMGs, you can share the talents of both weapons. And I'll go over that in more detail in another video once I go over whether or not that gear set is actually worth picking up. I will say that running 2 Alpha Bridge comboed with the paramedic backpack, for those of you guys that have it, will allow you to carry 4 extra med kits, giving you 9 med kits rather than 5. So for those of you guys that know how to do that, awesome. For those of you guys that don't, I will cover that in a video in the future. Either way, you guys, that'll wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time on the next weekly